The world doesn't ignore you because you're not good enough. It ignores you because you're too damn humble. You stay quiet, you play nice, you wait your turn. And while you're being polite, someone else is taking everything you deserve. If you're tired of being overlooked, then keep watching. Because the second you stop being humble, you become you unstoppable. Let me break this down for you. From the moment you were born, they've been brainwashing you. Parents, teachers, society, social media, all whispering the same poisonous mantra into your ears. Be humble. Don't brag. Don't talk too much. Don't be too loud. Don't be too ambitious. Stay in your lane. This programming, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. But guess what? That programming wasn't built to help you win. It was built to make you easy to control. A humble man is a quiet man, and a quiet man is a harmless man. That's exactly what they want you to be, harmless. The kind of guy who claps for others, waits patiently for his turn, keeps his mouth shut, and never, ever becomes a threat. You know what they really mean when they tell you to be humble? They mean, don't shine too bright, you're making us uncomfortable. Don't rise too fast, you're making us look lazy. Don't speak with confidence, it makes us insecure. It's not about you being a better man, it's about them keeping you on a short leash. And here's the sick part, you've probably been proud of it. You tell yourself, I'm grounded, I don't need attention, I'm humble. Let me tell you the truth, you're not humble, you're afraid. Afraid of being judged, afraid of being hated, afraid of stepping into the fire that real greatness demands. You've got a voice that could move nations, but you keep it quiet. You've got a presence that could own the room, but you stay in the corner. And you've got potential burning inside of you like a nuclear bomb, and you've been taught to lock it in a cage and throw away the key. Meanwhile, the loudest guys in the room, half as skilled, half as disciplined, half as intelligent, they're out there cashing checks, collecting respect, building empires. Why? Because they refuse to be humble. Lions don't bow, wolves don't apologize. Sharks don't stop swimming just because the other fish are uncomfortable. So what the hell are you doing playing small? Why are you hiding your greatness like it's something to be ashamed of? You weren't put on this earth to be liked. You were put here to conquer. You are built to dominate, to be seen, to be heard, to walk into any room and shift the entire energy by your presence alone. They sold you humility so you'd never realize how powerful you actually are. And you've been buying it your whole life. But deep down, deep in that gut, you feel it, don't you? That voice that says, I'm meant for more. That voice that's been gagged by years of be humble lies. It's time to let that voice out. Let it scream. Let it burn. Let it take the damn throne. Because humility didn't make kings. Power did. Let me ask you something real. How many times have you been the hardest worker in the room and still you got nothing? You stayed up later, you put in the hours, you kept your mouth shut, you were humble, and what did it get you? Ignored, overlooked, underestimated. That's the price you pay for being invisible. That's the reward for being the quiet one in the back who lets his work speak. Here's a reality check. Your work doesn't speak, people do. And if you don't speak for yourself, someone else will, and they'll speak louder, faster, and better, even if they have half your ability. You being humble? That's not noble, that's strategic weakness. Because when people see you constantly downplaying yourself, deflecting compliments, hiding your wins, they stop viewing you as a force and start seeing you as background noise. They take you for granted, not because you're not valuable, but because you're not reminding them every damn day that you are. And you know what happens to the humble man in the business world? He trains the new guy, and the new guy becomes his boss. You know what happens to the humble man in relationships? He bends over backwards, gives 100%, and gets left for someone who treats her like an option. You know what happens to the humble man in life? He watches weaker men live his dreams because those men had the balls to demand attention. When you're humble, they assume you're okay with being second. They assume you don't mind being skipped, stepped on, or forgotten. And the worst part? You don't even fight it. You convince yourself it's your fault. You say things like, it's okay, I'll get my chance eventually. No, you won't. The world doesn't owe you a spotlight. If you don't take it, someone else will. You think being humble earns you respect? Let me tell you what earns respect. Certainty, presence, audacity. When you walk into a room and you're quiet and polite, they think, oh, he's harmless. But when you walk in like you own the place, when your energy says, I'm not here to participate, I'm here to dominate, people feel it in their bones. They don't just respect you, they adjust themselves around you. So if you're wondering why nobody's noticing you, nobody's rewarding you, nobody's praising you, it's not because you're not good enough. It's because you've been playing the invisible game. And in a world of noise, the invisible man doesn't win. He fades. He watches. He dies quietly. And all because he thought being humble would someday pay off. It doesn't. It gets you forgotten. And you were never built to be forgotten. Let me tell you something that most people will never understand. Power is never handed out. It's taken, ripped, stolen, claimed by force, not by favor. You think the world is fair? You think the strongest, smartest, most deserving always rise to the top? The ones who rise are the ones who refuse to wait. You're out here being polite, waiting for someone to recognize your value. Life is some kind of talent show, and the judges are going to hold up a 10/10 scorecard if you're just nice enough. Wake up, nobody's coming. People don't give power out of kindness, they give it out of fear or because they have no choice. And if you don't walk like a man who demands power, who radiates control, you'll keep getting told what to do by someone dumber, weaker, and bolder than you. The alpha doesn't ask for permission. The alpha walks in and takes the seat at the head of the table. Why? Because he believes it's his. And that belief, that's where it all starts. You want to lead? Stop asking, start owning. You want to be respected? Stop hoping, start commanding. You want power? Stop waiting, start fucking taking it. Let me give it to you straight. Every inch of power I've ever had, I took. They didn't hand me the mic, I grabbed it. They didn't offer me the stage, I stormed it. They didn't give me respect, I made them too afraid to ignore me. You think being aggressive is a flaw? You think being loud, bold, certain is too much? Good. Be too much. Because in this weak, soft, excuse-riddled society, too much is the new bare minimum. You see these guys out here with no talent, no depth, no purpose, but they've got the confidence to walk around like they own the planet. And people believe them, they buy from them, they follow them, they bow to them. Why? Because confidence wins where skill hesitates, because power isn't in what you can do, it's in what you claim you own. Nobody's out here fact-checking your greatness, they just respond to how you carry it. So if you want power, you stop waiting for a promotion, you stop begging for attention, you stop whispering your name. You get loud, you get dangerous, you get undeniable. Because in this world, it's not the best man who wins. It's the man who walks in like he's already won. I used to think the same way you probably do. I thought if I worked hard, stayed respectful, stayed quiet, played nice, eventually someone would tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey man, we see you. You've earned it. Here's your moment." That moment never came. You know what came instead? Silence. Doors stayed shut, people stepped over me, opportunities passed by like I didn't even exist. Because the world doesn't reward the invisible, it rewards the loud, the bold, the ones who demand their place at the top. I had to make a decision, stay in the shadows and rot, or step out into the spotlight and burn the whole room down with my presence. I chose fire. Everything changed the day I stopped being humble and started being unapologetically great. I started walking different, chest up, chin high. I didn't ask for attention, I commanded it. I didn't downplay my wins anymore, I flaunted them, loudly, not to show off, to remind the world that I'm a savage. And if they want to compete, they better be ready for war. I started talking with weight, not soft-spoken, maybe I'm right nonsense. I spoke with conviction, with fire, with truth, because when you speak like every word is law, people stop arguing and start listening. And let me tell you, that energy is addictive, it's magnetic. People started following, doors started opening, not because I changed who I was, but because I stopped hiding who I was. You've been trained to shrink, trained to make yourself less threatening, less powerful, less intense, so the weak feel safe around you. Screw that. You want to go from invisible to unstoppable? Then stop dulling your shine to protect people's feelings. Your light isn't too bright, they're just used to the dark. So blind them, let it burn, make it impossible for them to ignore you. You think lions care if the sheep are uncomfortable? No, the lion walks like a king because he knows he is. And the second you start walking like one, speaking like one, owning your world like one, people fall in line. They feel it. They submit to it. I stopped being liked and I started being feared. I stopped being accepted and I started being respected. Stopped waiting and I started taking. And I swear to you, that shift, that mindset, that fire turned me into a weapon, a machine, a storm no one could ignore. So if you're still sitting around hoping the world will notice you, understand this. You never will. Not until you force them to. Not until you stop playing small and start becoming impossible to miss. This is the moment you flip the switch, right now. Because if you don't, you'll spend the rest of your life watching weaker men live the life that was meant for you. You'll stay in that loop, second-guessing yourself, downplaying your greatness, waiting for the perfect moment that never f***ing comes. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. And most of you, you're wasting it. You've got fire in your blood, but you've been acting like you're cold. You got the potential of a king, but you move like a servant. You keep quiet in rooms you should be dominating. You downplay victories you fought for. You hide your hunger behind politeness. your strength behind a smile, and your ambition behind fake humility. And while you're busy being balanced and humble, other men with less talent, less discipline, less potential, are standing up, speaking loud, grabbing the bag, and taking over because they had one thing you didn't: audacity. You've been brainwashed into thinking that being liked is more important than being respected. It's not. Being liked gets you followers. Being respected, that gets you power, that gets you influence, that gets you freedom. You don't need more talent, you don't need more time, you need a shift. A mental break from the old version of you. The small, agreeable, invisible you. That guy? Kill him. Bury him today. He's the reason you're still stuck in mediocrity. You want the world to listen? Then raise your fifthing voice. You want to lead? Then stop walking like you need permission. You want to be a force? Then stop asking, start taking. No one's going to save you. No one's going to hand it to you. You either step into your power or stay at the bottom. No more excuses, no more hiding, no more fake humility. Walk into every room from now on like it belongs to you. You talk like you're the final word. You move like a man on a mission, because you are. And that mission is you. Fully, unfiltered, unapologetic, unstoppable. Because the second you stop being humble, that's the second the world starts watching. And it won't look away. So now you've heard it. No sugarcoating, no soft landings, just truth, raw and unfiltered. You've been quiet long enough. You've been polite long enough. You've been humble to the point of invisibility. And where did it get you? Ignored, undervalued, forgotten. This ends now. From this moment forward, you don't walk like a question mark, you walk like a statement. You don't wait to be noticed, you make the world notice. You don't chase approval, you command respect. You don't ask, am I good enough? You walk in like you already own the place, because deep down, you know you do. They wanted you to stay quiet. They wanted you to be humble. They wanted you to stay small so they could feel big. But screw that. You were born to stand out, to dominate, to be undeniable. So stop dimming your light, stop making yourself digestible, stop acting like your greatness is something that needs permission. You are not here to be accepted. You are here to be remembered. So go out there and take what's yours, not with permission, but with purpose. Because the second you stop being humble, that's the moment the world learns your name and never forgets it.